What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. In today's video, we are looking at some strong loadouts to use on every class to beat the Bay of Drowned Wishes Lost Sector, located in the Devalian Mists on the Dreaming City. But before we dive into the loadouts, we need to know about the Lost Sector. This is a Scorn Lost Sector, meaning we have Overload Chieftains and Unstoppable Abominations. It is Arc Burn, meaning arc damage both dealt and received will be increased by 50%. The modifier is Raider Shield, meaning Raiders will have Void Shields, but there is literally only one Void Shield, so not that big of a deal. And then, as usual, we have Match Game, Extra Shields, Locked Loadout, and Limited Revives. So now that we know what to expect, let's look at the first build. The first loadout we will look at is on the Warlock. We are on Void 3.0 running Feed the Void for Devour and Chaos Accelerant for Overcharged Vortex Grenades. For fragments, we have Echo of Remnants to make our Vortex Grenades last longer, Echo of Undermining to allow our grenades to weaken targets, and Echo of Expulsion to allow our Void abilities to cause enemies to explode. For weapons, we have one of my all-time favorites in the Kinetic Exotic Grenade Launcher Witherhoard. We have the Void Pulse Rifle Last Perdition for stunning Unstoppables and dealing with the Void Shield, and then the Hothead Arc Rocket Launcher for deleting champions. On the helmet, we have Volatile Flow to give our Pulse Rifle volatile rounds. We also have Kinetic Siphon to allow a Witherhoard to make orbs, and Rocket Launcher Ammo Finder. On the gloves, we have Melee Wellmaker to make a Void Well with a charged melee kill, Bolstering Detonation for Rift Energy when we deal damage with a grenade, and Unstoppable Pulse Rifle. We are running the Exotic Gloves Controverse Hold to get grenade energy back when we deal damage with our grenade. On the robes, we have Elemental Ordnance to allow our grenade to make a Void Well, and then Void Resistance, Thermal Shock Plating, and Sniper Resistance for survivability. On the boots, we have Radiant Light for plus 20 strength, Rocket Launcher Scavenger for more rockets per brick pickup, and Invigoration for melee energy back when we pick up an Orb of Power. And lastly, on the Bond, we have Overload Grenades to stun the Chieftain, and we also have Font of Might to give our Last Perdition a damage bonus when we pick up a Void Well, and Double Bomber for grenade energy back when we put down a Rift. That is it for the loadout. Let's check out the run. Witherhoard is amazing in this Lost Sector because there are a ton of Screebs, so it can deal with them super easily. It is also great in the boss room for taking out the rushing adds, as you will see. My advice for this Lost Sector is to take out a bunch of the mines so they don't slow you, and take out the bombs as well, as they can explode and kill you. You can see the ones at the very end of this Lost Sector actually kill me in a pretty ridiculous way. So if you don't want a stupid death, make sure you blow them up. You may have to run this one a few times to get used to the enemy spawns. At one point, you can see I don't go far enough forward to spawn the last wave of adds, so don't do what I did. But once you run this Lost Sector a few times, you'll find it is pretty easy. The cool thing too is the Master version is not much different other than the enemies being higher health obviously. But if you are high light, then the Master version is a decent farm. Also, if you like linear fusion rifles, then the Arc Linear Fusion Rifle Tarantula would be a good replacement for the rocket launcher. Anyways, I will let the rest of the run play out, and I will see you for the Hunter build. Next up, we have the Hunter build. For this build, we are on Void 3.0 with Vanishing Step and Stylish Executioner. For fragments, we have Echo of Undermining, Echo of Remnants, Echo of Provision for melee energy back when we damage targets with a grenade, and Echo of Expulsion. For weapons, we have the exotic SMG Osteostriga for chewing through adds and stunning overloads. We have the Grid Skipper Void Pulse Rifle for stunning unstops and taking out the Void Shielded Raider, and then we have the Arc Machine Gun 7th Seraph Saw. This will allow us to create Warmind cells, which can help us clear a ton of adds. Because we are running that, we have a Warmind cell build on. So in the helmet, we have burning cells to allow our Warmind cells to burn enemies when we blow it up. We also have Machine Gun Ammo Finder and Harmonic Siphon. On the gloves, we have Power of Rasputin, so we do more damage to enemies near a Warmind cell. And then we have Overload SMG and Unstoppable Pulse Rifle. On the chest piece, we have Global Reach to make our Warmind cells deal more damage over a wider area. We also have Thermoshock Plating and Void Damage Resist for survivability. On the boots, we have Wrath of Rasputin to allow solar splash damage to create Warmind cells. We also have Machine Gun Scavenger and Innervation for grenade energy when we pick up an Orb of Power. And lastly, we have Rage of the Warmind to apply solar damage to our Warmind cells, allowing us to chain Warmind cells when combined with Wrath of Rasputin. We also have Bomber for grenade energy when we dodge. Warmind cells actually still have some good utility in lost sectors, especially add dense ones where enemies are close together, much like this one. The problem with this loadout is that machine guns don't have a ton of damage output, so it may be hard to melt the champions if you are under light. Anyways, that is it for the build. Enjoy the run, and I will see you for the Titan build. Lastly, we have the Titan build. We're on Void 3.0 running Bastion to give us Overshield when we put down a barricade, and Offensive Bulwark to get quicker ability cooldowns when we have an Overshield. We have Echo of Undermining, Echo of Exchange for grenade energy when we get a melee kill, and Echo of Expulsion. For weapons, we have the Crate Auto Rifle for stunning the Overload Chieftain, the Enigma Glaive for stunning the Unstoppable Abominations, and the Arc Rocket Launcher Hothead with Clown Cartridge. For armor mods, on the helmet we have Melee Wellmaker, Rocket Launcher Ammo Finder, and Harmonic Siphon. On the gloves we have Font of Might for more glaive damage when we pick up a Void Well, and Unstoppable Glaive and Overload Auto Rifle. On the chest piece we have the exotic Heart of Inmost Light for empowering our abilities and giving us faster ability cooldowns. We also have Thermoshock Plating and Concussive Dampener for survivability. On the legs we have Radiant Light for a higher strength stat, Rocket Launcher Scavenger, and Invigoration for melee energy back when we pick up an Orb of Power. And lastly, on the mark, we have Overload Grenades for stunning the Overload Chieftain, Volatile Flow for volatile rounds when we pick up a Void Elemental Well, and Suppressing Glaive to suppress targets with our glaive. We also have Bomber for grenade energy back when we put down a barricade. And that is it for the build, as well as the video. If some of these mods did not make a lot of sense, or you need more clarification, I made a video breaking down every mod in Destiny 2. I go in depth on how every mod works in that video, so if you're new to build crafting and want to learn more, definitely check it out. As for this video, if it helped you out, then a like and subscription would be greatly appreciated. All of these runs were done in about 3.5 to 4 minutes, so it is not the worst farm, but not the best either. The Master version isn't much harder either though, so this can definitely be a decent farm on Master. Especially when you get a rhythm down and start learning the enemy spawns and find a build that works for you. Anyways, if you made it this far, then I thank you so much for watching. Happy Lost Sector farming, Guardians, and take care.